Adventures. I'm GM Coblin, and this is me going over a video of just one of the more recent maps that I did. And so I had a player ask me about the difficulties of running through and adding walls to a game. And as you can see, I'm adding some walls into one of these buildings, and I really don't want the players to go very deep into it, so I'm walling it off and giving them a little bit of view in the back. This is kind of it's kind of a cyberpunk setting that they're going through here with this one. And this I'm walling off for this part of the image just to keep some submersion for the effect for the map. This is a tile right here. That is a token that I attached my players to and drove them around in a car. And then I took some images and just slapped them together in Canva and made this big, huge PNG that I put down. And as you can see, it's a pretty big map. I have lots of places that I blocked off with my main walls, and then I just put a whole bunch of lights in. And these are the kind of things that I do for my games. When it comes to these little green walls, they are terrain walls, and what they do, unlike normal walls, is they allow you to see through one, but as we should see me doing with some of these right here is a good example. This is going to allow my players to see past that first green, even though they can't move, and then it allows me to put another layer, another wall here, and from their point of view, they can see past the first wall, but their vision stops anytime they hit a second wall. And what this allows me to do is have things like these little generators and some other things on the map, or crevices, rocks, cliff faces, different things in buildings. It allows you to set up views. And this is actually pretty bad focus, but it allows you to set up views where your players can feel more depth. They can see like the entirety of this structure, not just the bare face, but they can't see what's on the other side of it. Since most of the time they're looking at it from the top, it looks better from a player's point of view when they can see the entirety of this image, even though they can't actually see what's behind it. And so my players seem to like it. I like it when it comes to how it feels. It's great also for, like I did over here, stairwells, and usually use it to block off lighting as well. So it's pretty good. It's just one of the things that I do for tricks for my players that adds a little bit of depth. And depending on how long or how big your map is and how many walls you have, that's going to determine how long this is going to take you. Just depends. Sometimes you're going to need to put in more effort if you've got a lot of detail and you plan on them really running through a map. And especially if you want them to be able to see places but not get there. So just remember, you can do lots of stuff with walls and lighting to bring in the immersion while not making it too difficult on yourself. And it doesn't take much time. Use control, and then it's just click, click, and it's much easier as you get used to it. But probably post some more videos of me doing some maps. I actually am about done with one of my big campaigns, but I've got some others that I want to write and do, and so I will videotape me doing some of those maps. And as you can see here, I did a lot of it for these buildings, especially since players can fly a lot, and I end up putting height to all these walls, actually. If you put height to something and then you use a module like levels and things, you can not only block their view, but you can block their view for height. So if I do height, not only can they see past this first wall as they're coming down the street, and they can see the building or what they're looking at. And so they got a general idea of like what it is and everything, but they can't see what's on the other side of it because their vision will pass through a secondary green wall. But if you use levels, then you're also going to be able to pop a creature back here, and it will stay invisible until the characters rise up to a certain point that they can get a vantage on it. And it's another reason why I love Foundry. Especially if you've ever played, especially games like Pathfinder, level 5, before 10, most likely in all the games I think I play, you're going to have probably multiple characters that can fly. And so having walls set up so you can set the actual height, it makes things way easier when you're looking at determining either a hypotenuse or if you can actually see a target on the other side. So the way I do it, and when I put my walls, if I have something on the other side of this wall over here, someone runs around and they hide on that wall, they can't see him. And if they rise up high enough, if they can see the target, congratulations, you can see the target. And so it makes it way easier than determining whether or not you could technically hit. You know, someone's on the other side of a wall, you're 15 feet away, the wall's 10 foot high. Well, you rise 15 feet and your player's like, well, can I see it? This way, they're going to know that, or the vision in the system is going to know whether or not you can actually see the top of that token. So it's just another reason that I use it, and it's another great feature of Foundry. But enjoy. Leave comments in the comment section below. Ask me any questions about this, and I might make some other short little videos of just me walling in some maps, possibly even for some later campaigns I'm going to run, or for a friend of mine in a campaign that she's going to run.